we are live.
Excellent. Since this is the first time we've gone live publicly,
Yeah.
We'll probably be a little rough around the edges, but I'll try and behave myself. I did notice that while the countdown was going, the background music is getting quite loud.
Is it still really loud?
It gets quiet when you talk. Isn't that interesting?
Oh.
So the background music was playing along with the countdown music. I noticed that. That is something of note. Okay.
So what is it that you're working on?
I'm working on the second version of my end of train device in N-scale, which is going to run off a battery, a little coin cell, and it does not use a decoder. It uses a microcontroller that I've written some code for. And now I'm just trying to remember how these magnetic latching reed switches work and figure out if I have hooked this one up right, wrong, or if I've cooked it, or if I'm just not using it right.
Do you have your finished car with you?
I have the finished car with the decoder, but it's not on right now. So here's the first one that I did. Here's the first one that I did. Everybody's going to want to see it this way. And it's got a custom built or a scratch built EOT device installed on the coupler right there. And it uses a TCS FL4, I think it is, decoder, and has track pickups installed. So yeah, so that was the first one that I built, and kind of like it, but I find that the trucks are a little finicky to deal with. So I'm going to the next one I'm going to do is going to be battery powered.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll see. If it works, it's nice. If it doesn't work, then it's just some, electronic stuff that'll sit in a box. So this is just a live stream of a sort of a shared work session that Pine Valley and CNER are collaborating on. We regularly meet for.
I'm still messing around with some of these settings here.
Okay.
I just seen how to display comments here.
Oh, I see. Yeah, in the StreamYard chat, yeah, you have to join the chat. You have to connect and log in with your YouTube credentials and all that stuff. but I see. Do you have the YouTube stream open too?
No, I just have the actual StreamYard screen open.
Oh, okay. So then at least one person's watching us, apparently.
Apparently, mine shows 2, but
I'm one of the 2, I think.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just working on doing some weathering on this auto parts boxcar. I've already done a wash of titanium white. Probably hard to tell, but I'm gonna do a wash of this here. It's burnt sienna oil, and it won't be done in this session, but that's kind of one I did earlier. That's the look I'm trying to achieve. This is all different washes, and then basically just spreading it all.
Nice. Yeah, that turned out really great, eh?
Yeah, it looks dry now, so I can actually seal that up. And then this is another one that I did. So those are both ready for clear coating.
Awesome. I'm just desperately trying to join the chat here. But having some difficulty. Oh, I think I'm close.
That's just me.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there. I think I can post in the chat.
You should try that.
I'm gonna give that a try.
Oh, yep.
Oh, excellent.
So this is all, we are both N scalers. In case anybody wants to know.
Does StreamYard have some sort of indicator as to how many people are watching on your end, Mike?
Yeah, I actually see 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that as well on YouTube land.
Nice.
Excellent.
So right now I'm just applying a wash to this whole car with diluted oil paints thinned with mineral spirits.
Nice. I'm just trying to figure out if I have another multimeter around, because I took the battery out of this one and forgot that I did.
So I guess we could introduce ourselves. So this is the first chat, our first live stream. I'm Mike. Started Pine Valley Railway. This is a N-scale modular layout. Started sort of in my basement. Ever evolving. Been through lots of different configurations and module sizes and whatnot. There's a couple other layout tour videos on my page if you want to check it out for the home layout. Also have a 16 by 29 foot modular show layout. Chris here is the other, my right hand man for setup, tech support, electrical genius. So yeah,
I also keep my contract.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of most of the work we're doing is for our own stuff, but a lot of stuff that I've been doing recently is all for the show layout, trying to get that ready for this year's show season. And we will be at Midland Show this year. If anybody would like to attend, fantastic show. I think we've been the past 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, I believe now.
Yeah, it's a good time.
That's Midland, Ontario, for any of you who are not
Ontario.
of the Ontarian persuasion.
And what's your story, Chris?
I am an N-scaler as well. Met Mike way too many years ago to count, and we've sort of, I think our journey through model railroading has kind of paralleled because we've both been doing a lot of the stuff together. And yeah, I help out with the show layout and working on my own modular railway setup, which is both based on sort of a double track version of one track and T-track. So I'm sort of exploring T-track right now and trying to almost do like fine scale T-track. So I don't really enjoy the T-track with the dinosaurs and aliens and that sort of thing, but I think that the format itself is actually pretty great and easy to sort of work on in bite-sized chunks. I'm in a pretty small place, so I don't have a ton of room to work on big modules, so T-track sort of suits that need really well. And yeah, just kind of plugging away at stuff. Like Mike said, I'm a bit more into the electronics side of things than he is. So I'm, always goofing around with a microcontroller or an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi or something like that. and do tech support for show setups and for Mike's home layout, which there's a group of us that operate on. And yeah, that's me. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just sort of generally getting frustrated with the fact that I don't have this. Oh yeah. Don't have this circuit working, and I'm not 100% sure why. I agree with you, Mike. I have 2 meters. He just messaged me on Facebook. I normally have 2 multimeters, but one of them I think is taking a winter vacation on my sailboat in storage. These leads for the these leads for the LED might also be a part of the culprit, because they're pretty fine and they don't always bite into the breadboard very well. So I think I'm gonna clean up my space and pull out my soldering materials and make some things a bit more reliable to connect to. A bit easier to get at.
I know you're messing around with the battery. Did you find out how long that lasts?
I didn't actually. So I did some reading online and figured out how to. I found a library to use to put the microcontroller into a deep sleep state in between flashes. So instead of just putting in a 1.3 second pause, I put it to sleep for 1.3 seconds, and it goes from drawing, I don't know, like 20 milliamps to something like a 1/10 of a milliamp or a 100th of a milliamp, according to the spec sheet. So I think that it would have lasted about 24 hours based on the way I originally had coded it, but I think that now it will last for something on the order of like 3 or 4 weeks, which basically means that the battery will probably outlast the car running at shows.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm going to pick up a power. There's some prototyping equipment that I'm going to pick up to measure power consumption on circuits like this, so I'll be able to have a better idea in the long run what it actually does. But right now, yeah, I'm just not quite sure. But based on the specs, it should be, even if it's a week, that's still 3 years, 3 shows anyways. It's 3 shows, right? 3 2-day shows. Actually, it's probably even longer than that, because it'll really only be on maybe for most at 8 hours for a show, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, there. I had something wired not correctly. I don't know if you can see that LED blinking or not, but
yeah, barely.
Yeah, barely. So find me a screwdriver and make a quick adjustment to that. It's not gonna work. Find me a smaller screwdriver. And make an adjustment to that. Trim pot. I think you can see that better now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's the circuit on a board. And then now I'm looking to integrate this latching magnetic reed switch. And then once that's done, and I have it all tested out and I'm relatively happy with it, I'll solder it up on a small piece of this prototyping board, double-sided prototyping board, and then I will cut the strip out and install it in the car with one of the actual Fred models that I built. Trying to figure out how this magnetic reed switch works has been a bit of a challenge. It almost seems like there's a bit of an art to it. It's basically the same as the I think it's the same technology that the Rapido uses for the lighting in some of their passenger cars with the magic wand. And this is just a matter of figuring out the correct way to swipe this magnet in order for the reed switch to latch. And yeah. And now I'm gonna go off to the YouTubes and figure out what I'm doing wrong. But there's a good item to note. We both do quite a bit of work based on what we learn on YouTube.
Yeah, lots of hours on YouTube.
We aren't really involved in any sort of a local model. Yeah, not really involved in any sort of a local model railway club. So both kind of we're the non-club club, and just work on figuring it out between the two of us and YouTube, and good way to learn.
Yeah, there's quite a few Ontario guys too that have been doing some great work. We've both been following, so it's nice to network with people. This whole live streaming is kind of a new branch to doing this kind of stuff.
So I've got a
I just finished
question by chat on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Asking about the battery that I'm using for the Fred, and it is a CR1225 coin cell. So it's got a capacity of about 50 milliamp hours. So it's about the biggest battery holder that I could fit comfortably into a car, and that sort of was the challenge in determining what technology I was going to use. Oh hey, Go Vier, Go Holmes joined the stream.
Oh, really nice.
Join the chat, I should say. Yep.
Hey, Chris.
How's it going, man? We'll be looking for all the feedback after we're done here today.
Is it today you're running a tow track in Ottawa there? Or? Thought I seen some photos of that layout. It's pretty impressive. So I'll let this dry. Probably hard to see. Oh, you're about to do a live stream.
You probably need to. Oh, cool.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Hmm.
Definitely watch that.
How
Hello,
long?
we're still here.
Yeah. How long is the time at the museum today, Chris? Here till about 7. Okay. Perfect. Well, we won't be streaming till 7. That's for darn sure.
That'd be pretty cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Do they do that every year? Oh, that's pretty cool. We'll do it again next year. Huh.
Oh, nice.
So how many people does it take to get that layout operating? Or how many people are in it, I guess. Huh. Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Couple dozen.
Big group.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we had a couple of dozen people for a setup. It's
Yeah.
It's just you and I get set up for the shows we bring the layout to. Mind you, quite a bit smaller layout, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's just like a giant, like operations, and like it's not an actual train show. It's just a display, right? Or people can come out and check things out, or
How big of a space do we need? What's the layout? 20.
16 by 29.
Yeah. Big for N scale. For two guys.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. It's nice to have opportunities like that. If we don't have a show to go to, then we don't have a place to set up.
Mm-hmm.
Fit you in here as well. We tend to avoid traveling during the winter because the salt really takes a toll on the equipment, and with it all being privately owned and just the two of us, there's not really any sort of revenue or dues or anything like that to support repairs and replacement of the trailer. But hopefully at some point we'll have a quote-unquote winter layout out of my stuff with a mix of T-track and one track, but no aliens or dinosaurs on my T-track.
Oh, why not?
Teach their own. If that's your thing and you like it, I understand that it appeals to the kids, but I really like the higher display heights, and I've kind of coined the term of fine scale T-track, although it's definitely not fine scale by the proper definition, but I'm looking to do some nice modeling.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you, Chris, do you bring a module to set up, or just run your own stuff?
Trying to figure out why this latching reed switch won't latch for me. I'm gonna need to find the part number and check out the data sheet, I think.
I'm not doing anything incredibly exciting here, but just working on some of these 3D printed trucks. Thanks, Chris. Have a good day. Looking forward to seeing some video from the show or the setup.
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah.
Yeah, so these are just some 3D printed trucks. I did some earlier. These will be box trucks. So.
Nice. Yeah, they came out good, eh?
Yeah, they came out all right.
3D printing has really been the cat's meow for us.
Yeah, these were a couple that I did earlier. Not sure if you can see those, but
yeah, that propane
gas
truck turned
bottle
out
truck.
really great.
And then yeah. Definitely makes a difference when you got people in the chat and you can chat back and forth, and
Yeah, definitely.
carries the stream along a bit, eh?
Yeah, well, for sure. Seems to really help with things. I also had high hopes that this was just going to work. I had gotten this reed switch working previously, and I'm not sure what the issue is now. So that's a bit of a disappointing turn of events.
Mike in the chat is not seeing an international dump truck. I do have 3D models for dump trucks. I don't know what brand they are. I'd have to look. They are on my list of things to print. And you also asked about the chrome paint. So I bought a pack of these paint markers off Amazon. And there's 3 different sizes. Not sure if you can read those. It's like a liquid chrome, and they work great. There's for the most part, I just end up dabbing some on I have just a sheet of plastic, dab some on there, and you can move it around with your paintbrush. The only thing is it dries pretty quick, so but yeah, the results are pretty good with those. I'm impressed. I was also working on some of these trailers. These are cardstock. They're all made by Digcom, and you can download them off their website. And they come as a sheet that you can print off. Let's grab one here. So like that. And then yeah, just cut them up and fold them. You can make as many trailers as you want.
Nice. Yeah, they turn out pretty good when you're done with them.
Yeah, I'm
They look really good.
very happy with those. Good products.
Yeah.
And they do HO scale as well.
Great way to fill space and make the layout, make the layout look more full without having to spend a ton of money on it.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't this work?
So Mike, I seen the email come out. Both Mike and I are members of NARCOA. So I see some runs might be posted in Canada. Are you all ready for this year, or still working on your engine? And for those of you who don't know, NARCOA is North American Railcar Operators Association. All private railway motorcar operators and do trips all over North America. Pretty unique hobby. Engine swap will happen at the end of this month. Right on. Not sure how interesting painting vehicles are, but I could always do a walk around the layout, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'm not
Once I
contributing
finish
much to the interest. My problems seem to not be easy to solve at the moment. I don't know if I've overpowered the semi-permanent magnet in this reed switch with testing, or what the deal is, but it should turn on and stay on when I swipe the magnet across it in a certain direction. And it doesn't appear to be interested in doing that.
No, I don't need known in CCK for parts. I do have some. Always nice to keep a spare though, Mike. Okay, let me see if I can do a little walk around here.
I think this magnetic switch might be a little too fidgety for production products, so I'm going to look at moving to a physical switch. I guess I'll install inside the car.
Like a slide switch kind of thing?
Yeah, I think I have a slide. I think I have some examples of some slide switches kicking around that I can use that are pretty small. And I'll just, I guess I'll poke a hole out the bottom of the car, and that is how I will do that. Because I feel like the magnetic switch is not intuitive enough to put in something that I'm only going to use a couple of times a year, probably. I don't want to write an entire instruction manual on how to use the darn thing. Oh, I think you need to mute the computer mic, or mute your phone mic, I guess, and speaker.
Yeah, I just did.
Okay.
I'm better now?
I think so, yeah.
Let's try to figure out. Ah. Okay.
These require a lot of force. I think I might be needing to find some different switches. Well, that's a little disappointing.
Hey, there we go. So, not sure how good the quality is on this, but so this is one of my main yards. Still a work in progress. So we were debating on live streaming op sessions at some point. Not sure how much interest there'd be on that, but usually have about 4 or 5 people out here to run this layout.
Yeah, I still think it'd be
That's
interesting, even if we just got some shots, sort of local. You know, we moved from one local job to another type of thing. Follow some different operators around the layout.
So this is the upper yard. I kind of want to remove all this shop tracks and stuff like that because it's for the operations point, it doesn't really have any purpose other than to store stuff and take up space. So I'm gonna probably end up doing the similar east yard on the top as well, but that'll be another project. This is my Talbotville assembly plant. So a lot of the scenery doesn't really flow, but it was based off of and being modular. The intent was to
Well, the intent was to use these for shows, right?
show layout
That was
came up for
yeah,
sale.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I cut you off. You broke up there for a sec, I think. Sorry.
Oh, I'm getting far from my Bluetooth. But yeah, no, it's the actual show layout came up for sale. It was an older layout, so for those of you who've been following the Facebook channel or Facebook group and YouTube channel, have been seeing some updates on what I've been working on, and just trying to refresh stuff because it was originally made the early 90s, so a lot of it is very dated. And as far as like
yeah, I think your audio's cut out there, Mike. So we've been sort of using this layout as a bit of a test bed for learning how to do scenery and trying different things. I think those storage units that he was just pointing at were Christmas decorations, actually, that he cut up. And then some of the plants are based on cardboard structures. Hey Mike, yeah, so for the duck unders, you really you have to solder and affix that track right to the end of the joints based on what we've seen. I know we've never done swinging duck unders, sort of for that same reason, right? It's difficult to engineer the whole solution. Not sure if you can hear me, Mike, but your video feed seems to have cut out too. Yeah, Mike, we started printing up buildings just using inkjet printers, and then cutting them out and mounting it to cardboard, mounting the cardstock to cardboard to give it a bit more oomph, a bit more structural stability. It seemed to work out pretty good. It's a great way to cheaply, sort of build a stand-in video, or build a stand-in industry, and a lot of them look really good. A lot of those have been around for quite a few years now, so they really seem to be worth doing. Well, we're just learning as we go, trying stuff out, right? That's, I think, the big thing. It's something that Mike is better at than I am. I really struggle with worrying about, sort of quote unquote wasting materials. But sometimes you just gotta go for it, take a crack at something, and nothing is unfixable, and frankly, nothing is so precious that it can't be replaced or whatever else, right? So I think we've just gotten to the point where we really need to sort of try and do a lot of experimenting with different ideas and see what other guys do and other people do, and go from there. Hey, Mike, welcome back.
Yeah, hey, that's cool, eh?
Yeah, you kind of disappeared quite a bit.
Yeah, my laptop died.
Oh, your laptop did it really?
Yeah.
Well, it's good to know that the stream continues on without you, eh?
Yeah, that's actually really good to know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I was just telling Mike about the cardboard stuff, and then a lot of it is just the result of us trying out things we've thought of or seen somewhere else or whatever, right? So there's a lot of that sort of thing. I'm bumming around on DigiKey's website trying to find a low friction switch for this problem, because I don't think these magnetic reed switches latching things are going to work out.
Oh.
I said I don't seem to be able to reliably make them work, so maybe it's just the model that I'm using. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's one of the big com trailers that I was speaking about earlier.
Yeah, those look really good.
Those are all big comms. I ended up just 3D printing.
You might want to switch your audio to your phone. It keeps cutting out.
How's that?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Are you still talking?
I haven't said anything.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, no, sounds good though.
Okay. What's my...
Oh, seems like maybe something died again. Well, there you're back now.
Oh, weird. So if I go check my messages, it'll kill the stream.
Oh, kills the stream. Gotcha.
Well, that's about it for the layout tour.
Nice.
This is part of the show layout that I've been working on most of this winter. I do have a before and after photos of it. There was a lot of redoing the scenery, repainting the backdrop, adding all the hydro towers, solar panels, trees. That's still a work in progress. And then there's this module. This was pretty much a total redo other than the tracks.
Came out really good though. Yeah, the scenery cleanup has gone really well this season, I think. No. I sort of suspect that the laptop died here again. Well, hey, welcome back again.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
Oh, that was a weird one.
Yeah.
Not sure what happened with that one.
Oh, okay.
One thing I'll try to do is this might help. Plug in hardwire.
There you go. Like I said, I'm just trying to find some slide switches here that'll have an easy enough time actuating to be usable in a model. I kind of didn't want to, I didn't really want to have anything sticking out of the bottom of the car if I could avoid it, but I don't know that there's another way to do it, so. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh,
Can you hear
okay,
me?
perfect. Wasn't sure. Yep, can hear you good. Yep.
Okay.
I suppose I can do that.
This is a brown house kit I picked up at one of the shows. I haven't put it on the layout yet because it's got duplicate numbers on it. But I'm just checking out the trucks. They are super loose, like big time.
Oh yeah! Wow, eh?
Oh, yeah, that's
Need new bolster. I guess it looks like maybe the bolster pin just isn't in all the way.
yeah, that's what it looks like. So I'll try to pop these apart here. Yeah, I don't know if you can even see it. The pin is way smaller than the hole in the microchange truck. So should have proper pins. Just looking at the picture you sent, Mike, is that a lift out section in the doorway?
I think he was saying further in the chat there that it was swing up or swing down.
Oh, okay.
Oh, how do I make this duck under swing inwards without removing track on either side?
Oh.
Yeah, so you have to cut the track on an angle for starters so that the back track is clear of the front track as it swings out. But then everything needs to be super, like, really well fastened down, right? I know most people who do swing out sections will get PCB ties and solder like right close to the joint so that there's almost no rim, and then you want to make sure that you leave a like a half a well, probably a full millimeter gap, and then so that things have a bit of room for expansion and stuff. But yeah, it's a bit fiddly until you get it done, and then it's just a matter of making sure that you protect the track ends as you're moving through the space. I wonder if I use a jumper as a switch. And then I just have to open the car up every time I want to turn it on or off. But it'd really only be a couple of times per show.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
That's up to you. Usually those ones are, the lid comes off those LBF
Yeah.
cars, not the base, not the bottom.
Yeah, the lid well, it's not an LBF car that I'm working on. It's that Atlas.
The hopper.
2-bay, the hopper, right? But it's the same thing. Lid comes off. And I think if it wears to the point where it ends up sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like if it gets to the point where it gets loose, then I can always just cement in some styrene to make it a better friction fit again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the solution. Maybe that is the solution. So now I need to find some pins to solder into the board. Yeah, a lift out is so much easier, Mike. You know, the problem is that the hinge point, like you need a different mechanical solution for both ends, right? Whereas with a lift out, if you just get everything so that the track is fixed in the proper positions, you can basically sort of create a funnel that guides the lift out into the right spot every time, right? Or use alignment pins, or there's a lot of options that sort of simplify the process when you're looking at doing a lift out section versus a swing out section. I think swing outs are great. They're more of a high volume, like high traffic solution. If it's just something that you're gonna put in, you know, once per session type of thing for yourself, then I'd seriously consider having a good look at a lift out section instead. We struggled a lot with that with the show layout too, right, Mike? Like it was a different problem, but sort of the same like consequences, right? Because we had hard sections of track for every joint, every module joint, for every track. And they weren't all uniform, and they were all kind of fiddly, and so we ended up going with those expandable Kato unitrack joiner sections, and that sort of
Mhm.
solved our problem. I think that's a more appropriate solution for a modular layout that's moving than it would be for a home layout, but it's same sort of concept, right? Like, if you can simplify the engineering behind the solution, then it just makes everything easier in the long run. Some pins. So I think that'll be my on-off switch. Right there. Speaking of simplified engineering, yeah, so I think I'll just do that. I've got a set of PC pins and jumper.
Just unplug it.
Yep, just unplug it, and then when I put the car away to store, I can just hold the jumper in on the PC pins. Don't need to find a place to store it or anything like that. Should be good. I think that's the plan, man.
Nice.
I guess, yeah, I didn't really want to open the car, which is why I had gone with the magnetic solution. I didn't want to punch any holes in the darn thing either, but I don't know that we're gonna solve this particular bear this time. So
There. That's better.
all right, so we know this all works in that configuration. So we've got the connector for the model thread at one end. And we're going to put the battery at the other end. And microprocessor. Microprocessor. Up there. And the trim pot. Okay. And then I'll do the on-off switch here, I guess. Or do I want to do it already? Yeah, that's fine. Positive output, negative. Okay. run from positive pin to there, the negative pin out to there, through the switch, negative pin, there, and then positive from there. All right. I might even just solder some of these in place. No, I won't do that.
Oh, that worked out well. So it's been a long time since I messed with these Woodland Scenics.
Oh, nice.
Dry
The decals.
transfers.
Dry transfers. Cool.
But I have multiples of this car. Not overly concerned about being exact prototypes or anything. So I just, you can see it, but I just added a 1 to the end of this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just to get it into operations. I'll do the same on this side. Just put it where you want it. And then I'm using a screwdriver that's not sharp. I don't have a zoom camera, but get it close to where I want it. Hopefully my head's not in the screen.
Nope.
It'll do, it's close.
Nice.
But there.
Cool.
That
Good job.
can be put into service.
Excellent.
And I do have another one here to do the exact same thing to. So for these ones here, I always find with the roundhouse boxcar kits that the pinholes, bolster pinholes, are really, really shallow. So I always end up taking, if I can find one here, taking the microtrains pin and just cutting it down.
Oh, yeah.
Cutting a tiny bit off with my flush cuts.
That works, eh?
And I'm also using the shims. I find that sometimes the couplers ride too close to the body and will rub.
Mm-hmm. I get a couple of those cars. I should give them a quick inspection and see if any of them are suffering from those problems.
Mm-hmm. They're nice cars.
Mm-hmm.
For a simple kit.
Dirt cheap. It shows.
Yep.
Generally speaking, anyways. Be right back.
Yep.
I have returned.
Cool. You didn't miss anything exciting.
Oh, I thought you were doing all the exciting stuff while I was away.
No.
All right.
There.
right, so
I'm going to try and renumber this O&R car. I have like 4 of the same numbers, but just got to figure out how to get the number out or off. I'll see what this does.
okay. Right. How's the decaling going? Renumbering. Can you hear me, Mike? Excellent. Yeah, I got to get me some of those dry transfers and have a look at renumbering some of the duplicate rolling stock that I've got too. I think that's a great idea.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yep.
Mike died. See, I got all the technical difficulties this time, eh?
Oh, that's okay.
As usual.
Not like we didn't try.
It's they came out all right. Not
Good.
perfect there, but it's
Nice.
good enough for operations.
Nice.
And once you weather
Yeah.
that,
That's
you'll
sort of
never know.
all that matters, right? Is good enough for operations. And
So those microphones, battery lasts 1 hour, 48 minutes.
or
it comes
something
with a
like that,
packet too.
anyways. I don't know.
Pack of two, so.
I don't know. I don't know how long it's been dead for. It's been awfully quiet for a while there. I looked up and realized, oh right, we're still streaming. I should probably be talking to somebody.
I've been focusing.
Sounds like Mike's still there in the background though, watching us away.
Yep.
Thanks for hanging out, Mike. Much appreciated.
Yes, very much. Could be working on your motor car on a Saturday. So yeah, I'm using 91% rubbing alcohol on toothpick for this. You just gotta watch it. Sometimes it takes the paint before it takes the decal, but just take your time.
Well, that's a good warning to have in advance for sure.
Yeah. And it sometimes leaves like a residue. So then I have this just a bottle of washer fluid. I use a paintbrush to sort of clean things up when I'm done.
Cool. should probably be pulling out my Panavice for this, but I just don't have the room in this moment. This isn't getting frustrating at all.
And it's live.
It is live. No throwing things at the wall here, boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not having much luck with this. Maneuvering in the way I wish for it to. There, I think. Hope so. I could use a finer tip here, but I guess that looks like a reasonable solder joint. Not the best looking thing I've ever seen, but reasonable. All right. No.
Are you going to a Barrie Train Show, Mike? It's next weekend.
Mm-hmm. Assuming the weather's good. At this stage of the game, seems like every second weekend down there is a snowmageddon, snowpocalypse. Yeah. Just want to make sure your headset hasn't died, Mike.
No, that's good.
Okay.
Doing Bellevilles in March. Are you displaying your motor car at that one? Not sure how long you wanted to go, but thinking maybe wrapping it up. We're at 2-hour mark.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that that probably sounds like a reasonable time to wrap it up.
For the first stream.
Yeah.
Live stream.
Yeah. Turned out pretty okay. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Neither of us have thrown anything,
Cool.
so that's, you know, a good start.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Hopefully we'll have another live stream at some point. And maybe I'll finish up this car on one of the next ones. And maybe Chris will have a EOT.
Operational
working for
EOT.
everybody.
Yeah, you never know. Never know what may just happen. Either an operational EOT or destroyed dreams. We'll see which way it goes.
Thanks, Mike. Glad you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll definitely let you know on the next one.
Appreciate you hanging out. And thanks for hosting, Mike.
No problem. Be your turn next.
Yeah, my turn next. We'll see you on the next one, everyone.